Hi there, coming to you from outside Olympic Park in London. Welcome to this Olympic Roundtable presented by Olive Garden. Try the new 2 for $25 Italian dinner tonight at Olive Garden. When you're here, your family. I'm joined by our family of Olympians, Dominique Dawes, Maurice Green, Amy Van Dyken, and a topic that I know none of you are thrilled to talk about, but we always wind up talking about it. A 16-year-old Chinese swimmer smashed a world record this week, which prompted questions about doping. Here we go. So, an athlete has a phenomenal performance. Instead of talking about that, we go immediately to doping. Is this what we've come to every time someone's going to smash a record? We're immediately going to go to the doping question.
Sadly, yes. And the talk on the pool deck the day after she did this in the morning was, oh my gosh, her 100 free split was faster than Ryan Lochte's. That can't be. You know, and I hate to be one of those people that looks at something that's just great and says, oh, you know, it can't happen, because it can, and it has. And there have been some amazing records broken by athletes clean. I think just a few athletes who have been caught are kind of tainting it for everybody. And now you look at something that's spectacular and we all go, oh, well, must be. You know, I mean, she's passed drug tests, you know.
That's the main thing. She has passed the drug test. But you all don't go there? When you see a performance like that, in your mind, is that your first question?
No, it's not my first question, because I'm an athlete. I know how hard I work. I mean, I know what I want to do and what I want to accomplish. And if I accomplish the things that I want to, of course, people are going to talk.
How used to this are you getting, especially in your sport, in track and field, where all of a sudden you know the second question's coming? Great, a fantastic performance. Now, how quickly are we going to bring it to doping?
I mean, it always comes very quick. But this is the problem that we have with our sport. Every time you do something good, people automatically think or speculate something, because it's not, did you see this person doing all the working to get to this point? They only see performances. And when it's someone sitting at home and that is looking at something and they can't believe it with their own eyes, then they're going to automatically think something. I think that's what holds a lot of people back, is their own self. Because I always told myself there's no limit to how fast I can run. Because once I put a limit on that, once I say I can only run this fast, once I do that, then I don't believe I can go anymore. So why should I continue to stay in the sport? No, I want to go far and beyond that. They say we only use less than 10% of our brain, but if we use 11% of our brain, do you realize how much historical stuff we can create, what we can do? Anything do you realize? Just use that one extra percentage.
How much of the conversation do you get? Because we know these two, in their sports, it always goes into that direction. How aware of it, how much attention do you pay to it when you see a performance like this?
You know, obviously if someone does have a dominant performance in these two sports, drugs are the first thing, doping is the first thing that does come to a lot of people's minds. And I do feel sorry for you guys, because that is not the case in gymnastics. If someone reaches perfection in our sport, that is not what people think about in the sport of gymnastics. Have we had our issues with doping? Yes. In 2000, Andrea Radicon, the Olympic champion from Romania, she took Sudafed, and there's some drug in Sudafed that was on the ban list. Unfortunately, her trainer was unaware of it or did not make her knowledgeable of it, and they stripped her of her gold medal. So it's happened in the sport of gymnastics, but it's not common. It's not what people speculate when someone is dominating the scene.
FoxSports.com's Jen Engel did a fantastic column on this and talked about how this 16-year-old has a sensational performance like this. We call her a cheater. We see a 45-year-old American woman trying to make a comeback in the pool, and we call her an inspiration. Is this political at all?
I don't know if it's political. I think a swim coach from the United States called out this Chinese swimmer. So that's why we're even having this discussion. So let me go back to kind of the history of all of this. East Germany obviously got caught for what they had done in the 70s. Lots of stories have been done on it. Some women had to have sex changes. Rumor was those doctors went over to China, started helping China. Is that factual? I don't know. What I do know is in 1994 at the World Championships, they were shattering world records. Left and right. Now, of course, they were getting drug tested at the swim meet. Everyone came up clean. Then they went to a meet the next week. 19 out of 21 swimmers tested positive. Not only that, they found bottles and syringes all over their room. The two that weren't caught were only not caught because they didn't show up to the meet. Happened to be the two girls I swam against, so yay me. But that's what is kind of leading up to this whole comment that was made today. Is it fair for this young lady today to be suffering for what the teams did in the 90s? I don't think so. She's only 16. Give her a break.
So maybe not political, historical,
Yes.
absolutely. Let me ask you all this. Dominique, starting with you, what can we do about this? What should we do about this? Can we do anything about this?
Well, I think we first need to recognize innocent until proven guilty. She's taken multiple drug tests and she has not tested positive. Though I also think that the doping agency needs to get ahead of the individuals that are producing these drugs or high performance enhancing drugs that these athletes are possibly taking. I think that's the problem, and that's where the IOC can step up, have better funding so that they can be ahead of the game, and so these athletes won't be beating the system.
I agree. I mean, here in the Olympics, they're making $6 billion. They have enough money to find whatever they want. Use the money. Us as athletes, we have to believe in our system so we can have a clear mind to go out there and perform. Because if our mind is clogged up with all the speculation and everything, we're not going to go out there and perform. So we have to have the clear mind and believe in our system and put it to them to, clean it up and go out there and do what we do.
Yeah, I think innocent until proven guilty sounds awesome, but I think it's kind of a pipe dream. I really do. It's not the way our society is. It's not that way in sports. It's not that way when it comes to the court system. Look at what happened to OJ. Everyone was like, oh my gosh, he's guilty, he's guilty. Was he? Well, I don't know. I mean, he was proven innocent. That's just the way it is. And I think that it sounds fabulous. That's the way it's supposed to be. That's not the way it is. So what needs to happen is, yes, there are ways to catch these people. They're sort of trying to do it. They're keeping the urine from these games for 8 years. They'll test it in 8 years to see if there's a positive. The swim coach today said, I'm not going to say it's a great swim until 8 years from now she's proven innocent.
Well,
It's too bad.
It really is. And what's amazing is that the fans are tired of hearing about this. The media really is tired of talking about this, but I'm amazed every time talking to Olympians how much you want it to get ahead and saying, then let's have testing better, not let's make the subject go away. Analyst, great work as always. Thank you so much. And thank you for watching. That's going to do it for this Olympic Roundtable presented by Olive Garden. Try the new 2 for $25 Italian dinner tonight at Olive Garden. When you're here, your family. We'll see you next time.